So, Makayla, when did you start your baking business?
The first time somebody asked me to make cupcakes and offered to pay me for them was January 2014.
And why did you start the business?
Well, when I was in high school, I took some foods classes and was just kind of learning the basics. And then there was one day that one of my other teachers said we would have a free day and we could bring in treats or anything for the class. And so I decided to try my hand at making cupcakes. And all it took was that one time, and I was in love with it. So I decided to keep going with it. And then when people were offering to pay me for it, I thought, well, that's kind of cool. Maybe I can make a little extra money doing something that I love.
How did you decide to do gluten-free baked goods?
Well, my best friend is gluten-free. And when I started making them in high school, she never really got the chance to try any of them. And so when my wedding rolled around a few years later, I made my own cupcakes for my wedding, which everyone thought was crazy, but I did it anyways. And I asked her what kind of gluten-free cupcakes she would like because I wanted her to be able to have something. And so that was a little over a year and a half ago, and ever since then I've been trying to just make more gluten-free options. I currently offer over 60 flavors, so I won't take the time to list all of those. I have some of my more popular ones in the traditional flavors would be the cookie dough cupcake, that's the big one. And then in gluten-free, I make a white chocolate raspberry, and that one's really popular.
How do you get the word out about your business? Has social media kind of helped you with that, or word of mouth?
A lot of it is word of mouth. Especially when I first started, it was a lot of my friends telling their friends or telling their families, or my family members telling their friends, and kind of grew. And then I started my website and my Facebook page and my Instagram page right around December of 2015 into January of 2016, and that has really helped a lot because then I've been able to reach out to people who I don't personally know. I've had some very good friends share my Facebook page in other groups on Facebook, like for people looking for somebody to bake for their wedding. So I've gotten, people that I don't know emailing me, and of course my email address is on my website as well.
And what have you learned from running your business?
I have learned how to manage money a little bit better and compare the cost of supplies with how much I'm charging to make sure that I'm gaining a profit. I've learned how to networking. I've learned how to reach out to other people and build partnerships with other people who have similar interests and similar jobs, I guess, as I do. And yeah, a lot of interpersonal skills too.
Okay. Was there any good advice that you received that you it really helped you?
I'm not so sure about advice as far as the business aspect goes. I've gotten a lot of help from people. My older brother is going to school for graphic design and marketing, and so he actually designed my logo. He designed my website. He helps me run all my social media platforms. I had a friend show me how to use an Excel workbook to keep track of my income, my profits, and everything like that. I've had plenty of people be willing taste testers, of course, and people who have a little bit more creative eye than me help me come up with designs, and then of course flavors. And of course I've had assistants baking cupcakes too. I don't have to do all these events by myself anymore.
Okay. And where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I hope to still be baking in some capacity. I'm not 100% sure what direction I'd like to go with it. I've toyed around with the idea of opening a storefront. I've also toyed around with the idea of publishing a recipe book. But I hope that no matter where I go and what I do, I'm still baking, and that I can get my cupcakes into the hands of as many people as possible.